Great.
It's exciting because we're here and we have to celebrate with our Muslim brothers and sisters. And of course, it's International May Day. Of course, yesterday was May Day, a workers' day, and everybody did enjoy the best of the day. So yes, congratulations to our workers out there, and hope you all had rest. Today, being the day, Eid el Fitri, of course, gives you the opportunity to also rest, May Day. So it's combined together, and we bring you good news from the president. And of course, President Muhammadu Buhari says we are almost close to victory. We are close to victory over terrorists. That is Eid el Fitri message to all of you today. So let's just be. Why are you laughing? You're already chuckling before I even said anything.
No, I just needed to put the smile. Victory on the way, on the exit door. Well, we'll take it like that.
Whatever we can get. All right. We have disquiet in APC over plot to throw open presidential ticket. That's the Nation newspaper. 6 presidential, 63 governorship aspirant peak forms. You have May Day labor demand pay rise for workers. Edo raises minimum wage to 40,000. Oshun increases retirement age to 65. Higher running costs for Lagos primary schools. Abuad gets best varsity rating. Lagos Ogun PDP aspirants face disqualification. Train attack terrorist free Ango Abdullahi's son. Terrorist free Ango Abdullahi's son. Nice. 5 killed, 20 abducted in a Plateau village attack. Eid el Fitri, we are close to victory. Clover the terrorists, Buhari assures. Experts caution CBN on IMF's float Nigeria proposal. Many trapped in Lagos 3-story building collapse. Sympathizers trooped to 32 Ibadan Street, where a 3-story building collapsed last night at Ebute Meta, Lagos. Many occupants were believed to be trapped in the building, which caved in at about 9:48 p.m. yesterday. Lasema has confirmed, the incident. Lasambos, the Lagos State Fire Service, and the ambulance services also were there. Lasbaka was also there to, of course, find out, but 11 persons were rescued from the building. We're not sure how many are still trapped underneath.
Yeah, quite disheartening. A very pathetic way to celebrate the celebration today. When I heard the news this morning, it's like we have the building control agency in Lagos, and we know they've been carrying out an integrity test, most especially on some of these high-rise buildings. And I think it's high time Lagos State take this with all seriousness. The level of a collapsed building we've had in recent time has not been too encouraging. And you give it to some of these old buildings. If you listen to the buildings, if you look at them, it's majorly on the island, Eko, Ebute Meta, Obalinde. These are where we had the ancient buildings that most developers, rather than reconstructing from beginning, decide to put stories upon stories with a bad, what I would call a bad foundation. So I think it's of high importance for Lagos State government to take this with all seriousness. Any high-rise building, let's carry out integrity test and come to issue disclaimer so that everybody knows when issues like this happen, that people are out there working. That agency was set up purposely because of this, and they need to just be at their best. On the path of the federal government, through the president, telling us that we are near victory, I tried to merge it with the other headers that you gave of a certain set of people being killed and some being kidnapped, and looked at the 20.
5 died. 20
kidnapped
in Plateau State,
and we are nearing victory.
Over terrorism.
Yeah. And I don't think in the last 6 months there has been a day that we woke up without hearing issues of either being killed or being kidnapped. The people that were actually being kidnapped on the train ride, you can still see so many of them. We've seen pictures, we've seen videos showing that, okay, they are safe with us, but we need this. All we could get is that the Senate, the National Assembly, is making laws to criminalize people that pay ransom. But I want to put it across to them. This the boy that was released.
Nazango Abdullah's son.
I'm sure you know who that personality is in this country, and that wouldn't have come cheap. The other time among those that were kidnapped was the acting managing director of Bank of Agric. I'm sure you know that won't come cheap. Millions of naira would have been paid. You know, so if we are seeing the who is who family being released, we want to know the yardstick why others are not being released. And we just have to now ask the question, why are you saying you want to criminalize? If individuals feel that they can pay those ransoms, since the government cannot guarantee safety, I think it's best that you have it, because you can imagine the trauma those people are on the
especially the little child that was just born.
So you coming to criminalize paying ransom when government themselves are paying, because when you discover that individuals that are in government are paying this, it's as good as government is paying those ransoms. So if we have woke up this morning to say among this Angro's son we had other people released, they would have said, okay, it's on the effort of maybe the security personnel or agency. But now having just one, and not just one common boy, the son of an highly influential person, is to tell us that if federal government is telling us this, I don't know where to go. Let me give kudos to Edo State government on the increase
40,000
of the minimum wage to 40,000. As a matter of fact, I will give credence and give kudos to him for that initiative. We believe it's something he will be able to pay. We know he's been paying the 30,000 on their part, and we've not heard from Edo State of them owing. So I think all that states should try as much as possible. Those that have the wherewithal to do should please. If you look at the level of inflation, you know, that's our space. It's over 16% now. The things that you buy, although I will always tell individual that on paper that's just the figure, in reality it's far more than that. Every month things keeps increasing. I sent somebody to give me a quotation of something, and he said quotation that you will see and tell them is valid for 30 days, for 60 days, for 90 days. Somebody is telling me whatever I'm giving to you now valid for 1 week. And I said, why? He said every day things keeps going up. So basically you cannot even plan. You can't plan. You can't do a long-term plan. You can't plan. You can't. So it's always short-term. So he said, 1 week. I don't know the reason why you're rushing, sir. If you need the quotation, why not wait till like a week to whatever you want to do, and I'll give you the code. Because whatever I give to you now, I'm going to review it next week. If next week is not when you're having the program, in another week I'm going to review it again. So it's to tell you how people are actually passing a lot of things. That is business. We are not even now talking of food. I had a practical experience of, buying something for them at home. I did that 3 months ago, and I went back. And I was like, if this woman have come to tell me this is the cost of things, I would have queried and said, what's the problem? But this is I myself at a mall. This is you don't it's seeing it face to face. So I feel for an average worker in this country. It's really so. Do you then think that we should go the line of the Nigeria Labour Congress demanding for pay rise for workers? Do we even have the money to consider such idea right now? The federal government will tell you that they don't have the wherewithal, but we keep asking, what are the politicians doing? We can see the role at which people are, getting their form. Of course, maybe so on a money that they've had already, or are you? You ask the question, where did they get the money? The one that they've had already, or the one that you want to give them after they get elected? But if you have such money, what contribution are you making to the masses? Every person is giving 100,000. The one that even shocked me, 100 million. 100 million. The one that shocked me is the Minister of State for Education. Everybody is talking about him. Why would you think? At home. Why would you think? So if you have such, how much? What would you think? Hold on. Why would you think he shouldn't buy the form? But maybe he was a rich person before he even became minister, and maybe he has some. And you don't expect him to use his personal funds to fund that.
Of course, a couple of friends could just buy
but the fact remains that
after all, people are clamoring for Southeast president, so maybe some people from the Southeast bought him the phone.
And you go to their villages, you go to their neighborhood and see
Don't worry
people
about
not going.
villages.
So you need we've turned politics to something else. Gone are those days when we have the likes of Baba Awolowo, Zik. We've seen your contribution, and we can boldly say Tomisin will represent us well.
Because
these are the antecedents. This is what he has used his personal funds
to do for
us. So if he gets in there, some are not. I've seen situations where people are being begged to come for political offices
because they think they can.
You have done this, and I say, I wasn't doing all those things because I have political ambition. I was just doing it because I feel that is what is necessary for humanity. How much of this are these people that we're talking about? You are Minister of State for Education, and people are at home. Let him realize that it is the ASU and their children, their parents, that will vote.
Let's take a look at the Nigerian Tribune.
Oh my God! And you see, I think what a lot of people are, the anger, with a lot of people is the fact that if you cannot put in order a ministry.
The ministry. Don't forget, it's the Minister for State. It's not the Minister for Education.
How many disclaimer have we heard that I've put this to table? Somebody is not listening to me.
Is the Minister for Education? Is the Minister of State?
If you are the deputy to someone and you are doing something, you blow your trumpet for people to see.
After all, we are abusing Oshibajo for Buhari. Let's take a look at them.
Tomisin, don't go there.
I did not.
All right, Nigerian Tribune this morning coming with this story. Buhari's ministers, others miss resignation deadlines. Falana, Edu, Ajulo speak on their chances. And below the nameplate, we have Abu Had ranked best university in Nigeria and one of the best 400 in the world. Wow. And it's something good, something to clap for.
Please
in the papers this morning.
One of the 400 in the world.
Who are
the ones on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13?
Up to 100.
One of the 400.
400.
How many Nigerian universities made it to first 100? Let's take a look.
Let me just keep quiet. Party primaries. Party primaries won't hold without resolution of ASU strike. That's coming from Nance. Okay, Nance is saying that this morning. So, Honorable Minister, I hope you can hear that. Or your APC committee holds marathon meeting to choose candidates. Committee may submit report tomorrow, and reps confirm recovery of over 17 billion missing revenue. Summon 96 companies over alleged tax evasion. A sad one this Monday morning, and 4 die, others injured in Third Mainland Bridge accident that happened yesterday morning, very early hours in the morning. Yesterday was a commercial, like what I read in the papers, commercial vehicle.
So
sad. 36 workers killed as a result of banditry in Kaduna. That's NLC chairman talking now. And May Day, our 16 million block votes will go to worker-friendly parties. That's coming from Labour. Vows to mobilize workers against low-performing governors. Calls for general salary review for civil servants. I hope this will take place.
I don't understand.
No.
Low-performing governor? Are they? Which governor are they talking about?
The truth of it is,
the one
who is setting the parameters?
I don't understand how they want to.
I saw one of the headers when, if you kick them out as governor, some party are already considering automatic ticket for them to be senators.
Some people are already buying senatorial. They are buying out.
No, but
some of them are buying.
I'm looking at it in this light that you see. Let's just keep hope alive. If this whatever, I don't want to call it a threat or whatever, if it can come to play, we can at least say that, okay, let's start from somewhere, that at the state level probably we'll be able to vote in people that will be ready to move the state forward.
Let me say that there is a governor that they said is owing so many months of salaries, 1 year, 2 years plus.
Let me save you all those stress. As far as I'm concerned, LLC are just backing. They can't back it. If indeed we have NLC, there are certain things that they should challenge in the policy of the government.
But let's give them a benefit of that.
We are not giving any benefit of that. As far as we are concerned, we don't have NLC. The problem where we are, some of them are part of the policy formulators. They work with the government.
After all, they are the ones that told us that subsidy must not go.
And some of us have come out to say,
and now we have borrowed 5.1 trillion this year.
Why can't we face the reality?
Why should we listen to NLC?
The technocrats have said, remove the subsidy. Yes. There are better ways to address this. Go about to say, okay, every commercial vehicle, because those that have been the reason for subsidy is to ease the burden of the masses. So those that are going to be applying commercial buses, we are going to give you something that you can go to the filling station, buy the fuel at the subsidized rate. Then every other person that will feel that I have the power, the might. So if you want to enjoy subsidy, park your vehicle at home.
And
join the
commercial vehicles.
Those are areas that we should come out, not just waiting for sale.
But then we have borrowed 4.1 billion naira this year.
The money to subsidize subsidy would have been invested in the health sector, in the education sector, but we are using it to subsidize.
200 million of that same money is what ASU demanded for. 4.1 billion naira for subsidy. ASU said, give us only 200 million.
I would get that. So what are we saying? NLC is not taking those actions.
And NLC is still saying they should increase salary by 40% by.
So what you say the people at the end of affair of NLC, I have no apology, seems not to have understanding of what is going on.
Or is it that they do not understand or they are compromised?
I won't say compromise. If you have understanding of what you're doing, even when people push things to you, you lend your voice. So they are bringing things that are anti-masses, as far as I'm concerned. Remove the subsidy, put measures in place. A lot of technocrats have been talking about this issue of subsidy. We are subsidizing even the fuel that they are taking to the neighboring country. Because we said don't pay subsidy at the point of entry. Make payment while we are consuming so that we can know
can you remember that they demanded for transportation for workers?
Yeah.
Are the workers really the masses? The question here. Are Nigerian workers, are federal government staff, civil servants, both at the federal and the state level, are they really the masses?
Majority of them as far as I'm concerned, are not masses.
So what are we talking about?
Are not masses. So you see, this kind of a thing, we are supposed to be selling, but NLC coming to tell us they have 16 million votes. We don't believe in them. Bring out policy that will challenge the status quo. Advise the government and come openly to tell us these are the things. I'm not an advocate of saying subsidy should continue. It has not favored us. How can we be borrowing to be subsidizing consumption? It's only in this planet. I'm saying that subsidies are meant for production. If you are borrowing to subsidize, agriculture, production, manufacturing, you know that you are going on the right path. But borrowing money to subsidize consumption, when you eat, Tomisin, if I subsidize the food that you eat, it will only nourish your body, and you go to the laboratory to excrete those things out, and the next morning you are expectant again. But if I've subsidized something, if I've given you food, if I teach you how to eat, make the food, definitely you will get that food for the rest of your life, not just eating on it alone. So NLC should not come. You can say maybe a threat or whatever. Please leave those things. As we speak, we don't even, as far as I'm concerned, the NLC can call for strike and people will listen to them.
Another goof. NLC is saying that they should scrap electricity privatization.
On what basis? Rather than scrapping, have you put the measure in place? Before now, I used to see my wonderful brother, Ajero, acting, very vehemently to make sure that the power sector has all of a sudden is going to think here. And I asked myself question, is it not the same Joe Ajero that I know, where you bring out policy to challenge and you make the noise? Why are you saying scrap the stuff? If it's not, the investment in those areas, and that's why the developed world said we are wasteful. Are we mindful of the fact that so much investment, government funds have gone into some of these things?
Rather than we saying scrapping it, can we come up with ideas to check with some of the things?
How much the government spends? Another vast, let me say, endless pit of resources is the power sector.
Yeah.
The government actually subsidizes the power sector as heavily as they do fuel.
I can give you for free. There was a time there was mass rollout of meters. It was under the government initiative.
Yeah, 1 million meters.
Yeah.
And each of them, if you had bought them, would have cost you 37,000 naira. So just do mathematics, 37,000.
That's even the same. As I did, that was for single phase.
That was
for
single
three phase was over 100,000.
They actually gave out only 3 meters, only 3 phase meters. That was what the government gave out.
So you discover
They
that
was 3 phase meters.
the
free of
labor
charge.
should come and give policy that will challenge the status quo. If labor wants to test their popularity, let them call for strike and say people that will listen to them.
Only the civil servants, those in the government offices, and I bet you some of them will go to work.
No, some of them may not go if it comes to the civil servants.
No,
because even on a normal day, do they go?
Sorry, I didn't know.
There are things that are wrong, and we must just say it as it is.
This festive morning, you are just bent on shaking, in fact, breaking the table.
See, let's break it. Because even I was celebrating. Yinka Kenny, you need to go out there.
Yeah.
Coming out this morning and see people begging.
Yeah.
Because I was putting up a cab to come to the studio and carrying a car. People feels that you have more than enough to give. You understand? And you ask yourself this question, is it really that you have enough to give? You yourself, you're struggling.
Exactly.
So let's break the let them know that the masses, the people on the other side are not feeling what we are feeling. Most of them are out there in Abuja. Do they come to their constituency? Do they come around to see what average masses is facing? And Labour is coming to tell us that they have 16 million
votes
they are going to give
to the one that is worker friendly. And then today you would hear that some people have killed rams in certain places and they're distributing meat. Philanthropists would do that.